So what I have to do now is make sure that I've got the frame squared up at the back. And I think that's pretty square. And I'm going to use this little piece of scrap here just to hold it down so that it doesn't accidentally move on me. There, now I can't get them mixed up later. You know, every once in a while these little 99-cent clamps come in handy. But this is about the only thing they're good for, and just real light duty. Okay, once again, as I've said before, got to be careful not to take off too much because I can always take off more later, but I can't put it back. Now my thinking here is that if I do it like this, I know that this is the edge of the blade right here. So that means that the cut is going to be from here this way. And that way I don't accidentally cut too far into my clock back. Now I could see that I should have taken off just a smidgen more. So I'm going to put it through again here and take off about a 32nd of an inch. That should bring it down pretty close to the line. Now there's no use trying to hook up my dust collector hose to this right now. There's several reasons why. First of all, I don't want to take this off because I want to reuse it again at this same angle. So I got to keep this at the same angle. And also because I'm going to be cutting away back here. So that means that the sawdust is going to be spewing out here anyway. So I'll just turn on my air cleaner and hope for the best here. I guess as the saying goes, we'll let the chips fall where they may. You know, now is a really good time to reply to a comment that a guy made. And he said, why is it that you let the blade come to a stop before you let it up? Okay, well the reason for that is because if I let it up, there's the possibility that as the blade is spinning, it'll catch on the chip. And I find that the chip will almost always catch for some reason. And if I leave the blade down, the chip generally just rides against the smooth surface there, and it doesn't catch on anything. Well, almost always. So that's why I do that. And that sawdust is now in my air cleaner. Well, most of it anyway. Okay, now remember, this X goes to this X. I really don't think it would have made a huge difference. Now here's something that I want to show you. If you don't already have a drill press similar to this, and you're going to get one, I highly recommend this model. And the reason for that is because, like right now, I can't turn the wheel here. But on this model, you can take these off, and that allows you to be able to turn the wheel here. Now there was another one that I was entertaining on getting, and it looks just like this. I think it was made by Rikon, and there's a wheel here, and a lot of times that's going to be in the road. So anyway, this was about $100 more, but it seems to be a lot better machine. Now my thinking here is that if I put these screws in and get them snugged up, I should be able to take the clamps off, and then I can drill the rest of the holes and I don't need to worry about these two pieces sliding around. That's the plan. I think I'll snug those up by hand. I don't want to strip the threads out. Okay, now it should be safe to take the clamps off and these two pieces won't move around. And it's going to be interesting to see if I got black marks on here now. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill the other holes. And I know you're thinking, why all those screws just to hold the back on? Well, if you remember, I didn't put splines in these joints. So I'm thinking, if it should suddenly let go, at least the whole thing's not going to fall apart. Each segment now has one screw going into it. So, like I said, if it lets go, it's going to basically hold together. And tomorrow, what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to take and put this thing through the edge sander again, and I'm going to sand the back to the same dimensions as the case. And the idea of having all these screws is when I take it apart and put the stain on it and then put it back together, it's going to go back together in exactly the same way, and it'll look like one piece of wood all the way across. At least, once again, that's the plan.